Carb Allison. Today I'm gonna do Italian meatloaf. It's something I kind of grew up on. It's delicious. Just a few ingredients: eggplant, ground beef, Parmesan cheese, peppers and onions. I'm gonna do a cheat, and this is really for your benefit, just to show you that you can do things different and easier. And I'm gonna use salsa. It saves on the chopping step. Just makes it easier, and I want to show you guys how you can improvise pretty much any recipe. It also helps because you're adding in the vegetable. It raises the carbs a little bit, but it's going to lower the calories per serving, so you're not eating just pure beef. Okay, so the first step is to just chop and start to saute your eggplant. You're going to add a little olive oil to your pan. I'm going to salt it right here. It'll help draw the water out. Okay, let this start to saute and just cook it down, you guys. You want this really cooked down a lot. Some garlic once this starts cooking. If you like things garlicky, add more garlic. This is about a carb worth of garlic. You can go ahead and add your salsa in right now, or feel free to chop tomatoes and onions and peppers. This is 1/3 of a cup, so that's about 4 carbs. So we're gonna let this cook down until it's just mushy. I'm gonna add a little water just to help things get moving. I'm gonna put a lid. Doesn't matter if it doesn't fit. I'm gonna lower this down to low, and we're gonna let this cook, and I'll check back in probably 10 minutes. Okay guys, so I'm back. We sauteed the eggplant all the way down. But the salsa was because it has tomato, onion, and peppers in it. I'm making this up as I go, just so you know. It's typically what I've always done, but usually I chop tomatoes and onions. Today I decided to use the salsa. So I added the eggplant. Incidentally, this is like 7 carbs of eggplant, and I chopped about 1/2 cup of parsley. It does give it a good fresh taste. I'm adding 1 pound of ground, this is ground beef, and I use 80/20, roughly 1 pound. That might have been a little bit more, like 1.25 pounds. About 1 ounce of shredded parm, and this is about 1/3 of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Try to use a good one if you can, because it has a sharpness and it tastes delicious. 1 beaten egg. You want to give it a good bit of pepper, so I don't know, probably a teaspoon of pepper. I'd say a teaspoon of salt. You don't want to go crazy because there is Parmesan in there. This is Italian meatloaf, so I'm going to do a little oregano. Not much though, just like a pinch. This is my marinara. 4 carbs, 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup right in the meatloaf, and we're also going to put some more on top when we're done. So I can just tell you, just by guesstimating, like 15 carbs maybe in here. Probably not even that much. You want to give it a mix. This is something you can let your kids do too, you guys. So the binder, everyone likes to say, what can I use instead of breadcrumbs for the binder? Breadcrumbs are not a binder, you guys. Pork rinds are not a binder. Do not go adding 100 calories, 200 calories worth of pork rinds in here. It's not necessary. The binder is the egg. Traditionally, breadcrumbs have been used as filler. It started in like the Depression. As far as the meatballs go, Italians would use old bread, old stale bread that they had from, you know, or buy it really cheap, and they would make meatballs with the bread to stretch the meat so there was more of a yield and they could feed their family. You don't need it for the recipe. It's not necessary. It is not a binder. This will not fall apart. It has cheese and egg, and that's all it needs. So I have one more secret ingredient, which is heavy cream. Just a splash. Helps keep the meat tender. So we have eggplant in there, ground beef. See the fresh parsley? That's why I like the fresh parsley. It's pretty. A little bit of Parmesan cheese. This is it. It's done, you guys. Now, another trick. See this pan that I used for the eggplant? Meatloaf's going right in here. So I'm gonna just swap this out. You don't need to wash it. There's no point. It's just eggplant. Just make sure it's even so it cooks evenly. Beautiful. Sometimes it'll fall a little as the fat melts away, so I do like to poof it up a little. And then this is something my mom used to do. And then take the marinara. That's what we call it. I don't use like the way we talk in my family. I don't really say that out loud to you guys. Like we don't say ricotta, we say ricotta, and we say mozzarella and marinara. Notice I put some in here because I don't want to contaminate my supply. So you take some marinara and you put it on top. So this is 4 carbs, a quarter cup. So I just put 4 carbs on top of this. And we cut the calories a little by using some eggplant for filler. We did add carbs back in, but you see how you gotta balance? If it's pure meat, then it's gonna be calorie dense. If you break it up with something low calorie, that's kind of the perfect way to do it. Gorgeous. Okay, and just for kicks, because it's Italian meatloaf, little shredded mozzarella, just a little bit. And let's get some garlic on that. Just like when you put garlic on your pizza, same type of thing. If you want it a little spicy, a few hot pepper flakes. Okay, it's going in the oven. Look how pretty, you guys. Italian meatloaf, Sunday morning. I made this in like what, 20, 25 minutes? In the oven we go. Okay, meatloaf is out of the oven. It looks beautiful. That is gorgeous. Do one more. It has eggplant in it. This is another one of those things where if you don't tell your husband and kids, they're not gonna know, I would guarantee. Here, we'll do the close-up cam. Yum! You could add a little more sauce if you want at the end, some marinara. You could add some cheese. Try not to. So I'd say 6 servings, counted 4 carbs a slice. I counted about 200 calories a slice. And enjoy.